Hey guys.
Hello.
Welcome back to Bold Moves on the Property Sisters Network.
Like episode what? 5?
Episode 5.
Crazy.
Woohoo! We
Woo-hoo.
made it. Consistency.
Yep, that is key.
Yes. So it's so funny. Every time we record, we're just like, what are we going to talk about? Because on most podcasts, I feel like people have guests and things like that. But for the most part, this is just me and Big Sis.
Yeah, we're going to probably be doing it this way. We're thinking like maybe kick off the new year.
Yeah.
Have some guests putting together a pretty cool, diverse list for everybody. So
Yeah.
we're pretty excited about that too.
Definitely.
Lots
Definitely
of different
excited
people,
about that.
different fields. We're going to
Mhm.
have some fun. So
Woohoo, we love
Excited.
fun.
Yeah.
So 'tis the season. So yeah, this is it's not December 1st yet, but tomorrow it is going to be December 1st. But so we had obviously Thanksgiving this week, and it was just a week of reflecting and heavy on the gratitude.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we obviously want to touch on that in the spirit of Thanksgiving and just kind of feel that feeling, because that's
important.
Yeah, that's what
That's what
Thanksgiving
this
is all about. That's what
yeah,
the season's all
this is
about.
the season, giving gratitude, keeping in touch with your loved ones, everyone that it's just a good
Reminder.
yeah, and it feels good.
Mhm.
So
Speaking of
we had a
feeling
good
good, I was just gonna say I got Starbucks yesterday, and the person in front of me paid for me, and I saw her because like it's like one of those a Starbucks where like you can merge into the lane. So I gave her plenty of room, and I was like, I was relaxed.
People aren't
whatever.
nice,
Yeah.
especially in the Starbucks line.
Yeah. So she was, she looked like a nice lady. And so she paid for my coffee. And then, so I was like, oh my God. Cause like, I don't know, maybe that's really sad that I don't feel like I'm not on the receiving end often. I feel like, so it's nice when I am. And so I was like, oh my gosh, this is like, that's the nicest thing anybody's ever done for me. So I was like, well, I want to pay for the person behind me. And the lady at the window, she told me that the person behind me had a mobile order, so they had already paid.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh no, like, oh my gosh, this is just for me then, And but it made my day. It really set the tone. Like it was around noonish, and I was in a good mood and all that. And I have my morning routine that I, have to set my tone for the day. But man, I did not think one cup of coffee for free, sure, but like made my day, like totally made my day. I went out of my way to post on Instagram, and I was like, you guys, this lady bought my coffee. And this is great. And so I offered to buy 5 people coffee that day. So just in the spirit of giving back. And then this morning I went back to Starbucks, because I feel like once you get that little sugar rush, you just got to go back for more. And so I got another one, peppermint mocha. If you're not into them, get into them because they're fire. But I paid for the person behind me today.
That's so nice.
Yeah, because I was able. They didn't have a mobile order.
Yeah. But you probably started a trend again, and I think that's so nice, especially this time of year.
Yes.
Like, sure, we should probably be more conscious of it, all year long, but just for that reminder and,
well, that's
just
the
to keep
thing.
it pushing forward.
It makes a wave.
Forward.
Be kind to other people, and it goes a long ways.
Mhm.
I don't know if you've ever seen that picture of the matches all next to each other in a row, and there's one match that's lit and it ignites all the other matches. And that's how life works.
Mhm.
If you're gonna be a light, you're gonna wake that light up in other people. And I just think, they woke it up in me yesterday when they were like, oh, I want to pay for the person behind me. I was like, oh, well, I want to do it too, and I want to do it too. And that's just kind of the flow of things and how that can work. So kindness is an amazing thing. But I love having that feeling of being grateful and giving,
Being able to give,
and
yeah.
giving. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And I was listening to something the other day. I remember things and I don't know who say them. I think it was Pitbull, and he was saying that money doesn't buy happiness, but money does buy happiness if you give it away.
Mhm.
And I was
It was
like,
Pitbull.
oh
I saw
yeah.
that.
I was like, man, that's so tough. Like that's like the coolest thing I've heard, because it's so true. Like, and that's when I think of like making money and all this stuff. I don't think of making money and being successful for my own gain. I think of making money and being successful so that I can put the money in places where it needs to go.
Of course.
Of course, I'm going to take care of myself and my
Yeah.
family, and we want to live a comfortable life. But there's excessive and there's comfortable.
Mhm.
And when I think of making money and doing what we do, it's to do what we can with it.
Of course.
That's how I see it. So
No, and it's important. And I feel like the message can't be put out there enough, just because even for us, like how you said, it's just about helping the people around us. Like,
Mhm.
we want to be able to retire our parents. We want to be able to spoil our nieces. We want to, just like there's so much that you can do. And I think it feels good. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
So,
So if you're not grateful, you better look around your life and find the light in it and find the reasons to be grateful, because that's what life is all about, and a way to give back.
and honestly, even in the morning and just being grateful that you open your eyes. That's probably
Huge.
the biggest place you can start.
It's the only place you should start, because if you don't have a life, you don't have anything.
Yeah, every day is a second chance. And I feel like all the lessons that, you take in day to day, and, everything that we're learning from each other, from other people, start implementing small things and just practice them in your daily life. And it's a game changer. And I'll say it every episode. I think I did last time, but
It's definitely
it's
huge.
so huge.
It is. It's a big thing, and it's changed my life. Some of the things that I do, I'll share with you, because they've truly helped me with just, if you start your day one way, it may or may not go, the way that you want it to go, or keep that, lightness of the day. But if you start it that way, you've got a better chance of having a good day than you do doing it the opposite.
Mhm.
So first thing I do when I get up in the morning, I'm just gonna I'm gonna tell you guys what I do, and you can laugh at me. I don't care. I get up and I have a heater in my room. First thing I do, I roll out of bed, I turn my heater on because it'd be cold out there. Okay. And I still want to stay snugly in my bed, but I have to get up. So if I'm going to get up, I don't want to freeze. I still want to be cozy. So I get up, I turn my heater on, I go and I brush my teeth and I wash my face. I go downstairs. I make myself a cup of hot lemon water. I bring that back upstairs. I sit down in my chair and I pray. I pray for about 45 minutes. That's how long it takes me to get through a rosary and read a chapter of the Bible and whatever I want to do. During that time, I have a journal that I also write in, and every journal entry is, what are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? Every single day, I don't miss. And there have been, maybe a handful, not even, of days that I've missed, and my days do not feel the same. So while I'm praying or afterwards or whatever, I grab my journal and I write, what are you grateful for? And I start writing, well, I'm grateful that I opened my eyes today. That's typically what I start with. I'm grateful that I'm here. I'm grateful for the air in my lungs. I'm grateful for my eyes, my nose, my mouth, my ears that allow me the ability to do everything I've got to do, my arms and my legs that I can move. These things that you're not thinking of, like, you could wake up tomorrow and not have that ability. So it's like, I know people that don't have. You think that you're guaranteed these things in life. This is a luxury. People don't have that. I was driving here today and there's a blind man that I see almost every day walking on Maple. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. And it's snowing outside. This guy's blind and he's got his stick and he's walking and he's moving, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, you go, man. Like, you go, like, get it, but to my point, I'm just, you have to be thankful for even small things, the
things that we take for granted that you don't think about.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, you really have to start there, because if you don't have anything, or if you think you don't have anything, you got to start with the things that you do have and recognize what you have, because it's definitely, I would say, majority of the time taken for granted, and you should not live like that, or you're gonna live a mediocre life. Like, it's not gonna be fun. It's just not. So that's what I do in the morning. I finish my journal, and then after that, I do my thing. I get ready, and I'm off to do whatever it is I got to do that day. Yeah, whether it's work or whatever.
Just setting the tone for your day. And I know a lot of that. The Miracle Morning is a great book if anyone
amazing
is looking to get started, just with a little more direction and things like that.
Do it. Stop waiting.
Helpful, yeah. And I forgot what I was going to say after that.
Miracle Morning.
Before
daily
that.
routines.
Oh yeah,
gratitude.
no, it's important that you realize too, and even when you're starting your day that way, that you have, something bad's going to probably happen that day too. Something's going to get on your nerves, something's going to upset you or whatever, but you can either choose to live in that moment or go back to the gratitude, you know, take the lesson and move on.
Mhm.
Just don't stay in that place.
Yeah, definitely don't wanna dwell. Things happen, someone cuts you off in traffic, but you never know, maybe they have somewhere important that they really needed to be,
Maybe it's
or
holding you back from something that, God forbid, you never
yeah, like maybe Christy's running late one day and I'm pissed off, but I say, "No, God," because God forbid, actually, last week on our way here, there was a huge accident on the highway.
know.
You made us late.
Hmm.
And I was like, I was definitely irritated, but I brought myself back and I said, no, like there are reasons why you're late. There are reasons why things happen. And it must have happened maybe a few minutes before we passed on the freeway. We ended up getting off the freeway because it was backed up, ambulance, everything.
Hmm.
It looked
We were like
terrible.
almost it was like right in front of that last exit, but they
Yep,
closed the entire
the entire
freeway.
freeway. And I was like,
So we had to go around.
yeah, so then we ended up getting off, but I'm
Yeah.
just like, I could have been huffing and puffing that, oh, we're late and blah, 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 blah. And I, old me, would have done that, and sometimes I still have my moments where I'm like,
Cheating.
but that's the thing is like, you have to say no, like, thank you, God, that we weren't there minutes
Yeah.
prior and God bless the
Pause.
people that were.
Take a
Yeah.
second.
Yeah. So just anything that happens, just let it
Keep it
go,
moving.
keep riding that wave, stay in your positive mindset and just be grateful that you are here. It's just such a simple
Yeah.
thing to be grateful that you're here. Like this world has gotten so crazy
Yeah.
and wrapped up in
It's a simple thing, but a lot of people forget to practice it. And,
yeah.
until something happens where they're like,
I wish I could
it's like,
rewind.
yeah, exactly. So it's just it's a good thing to do. And you'd be surprised the people that,
Hmm.
the people that do it all the time, and you probably strike a conversation from it and realize that a lot of people are on that same wavelength, because why be in the negative anyway?
Just
You
get
know?
1% better every day. If you can add in something like journaling or affirmations or
Hmm.
something that you can get into. And it doesn't have to be for the 45 minutes like I do. It could be for 5 minutes if you want to start there. And then you might think, I really liked that. I'm going to do 10 minutes tomorrow. I'm going to
Hmm.
do 20 minutes tomorrow. And excuse me, like sometimes, when I tell people like, or if I'm out late somewhere and I'm like, oh man, I gotta get up at like 5, 6 in the morning. And they're like, what the hell are you doing at 5, 6 in the morning? And I was like, well, I gotta work by like this time. So I need to make sure that I'm up by this time so I can get up, pray, go to the gym, or whatever I feel like I want to do. I
Hmm.
need to have that time for me to set the tone for my day and center myself and be grateful and everything like that
Fill
to
your cup to pour into to
yes,
others.
to do my day. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's a good time of the year to reflect. And especially since it's cold outside and you're probably sitting inside, or maybe you're not, maybe you're more adventurous than us, but we're definitely indoor in the winter. So it's a good time to reflect, get comfortable, grab a good book, fill your mind with all of the good things.
Hmm.
That seasonal depression might kick in and you got to keep your spirits bright and just try to stay on that wave and everything will be good. So
Yeah, don't let the holidays stress you out. Take it as it's an opportunity to see your friends, see your family, reach out to people that you may not talk to all the time. And
yeah.
even if you think it's silly or you shouldn't, like honestly, on Thanksgiving, I feel like I text, we always text our clients, and that's past clients, current, coming up, whatever. And but I took all of that to kind of remind myself, like, reach out to your friends too, reach out to your family, even if it's people that you don't talk to all the time. And I don't even feel like I finished. I just kind of made myself late, but I was like, I
Mhm.
at least, want to get as much of this out there, and just something simple, just like I'm grateful for your friendship, I'm grateful for our friendship, that you're in my life, like just little things. And I think it's just a nice thing to do. And people, you don't realize like how often people are on your mind, or I guess when people are on your mind, you don't really reach out to them.
Yeah.
And you should.
Yeah.
It's just nice.
If someone crosses your mind, just, hey, I was thinking of you. Hope
Mhm.
everything is well.
Yeah.
You know, it's when it happens to me. I mean, for God's sake, I got a free cup of coffee yesterday, and I freaked
blasted
out
all over the internet.
I freaked out. Whoa! Oh my God! Someone was nice to me. Like, it's true though. Like, you know, just if you're thinking of someone, just, hey, how are you?
Yeah, and maybe they'll do it too. So I don't know. That's pretty much the wavelength I feel like
You
we've been
guys,
on.
she sent so many texts, and in some of them I was in a group text with, and I'm like, man, my day just got a lot longer. I got to reply to all these messages too, and half the time, she would already write a novel, and it's like, we love you, we're so grateful for you, and we, and I'm like, what she said, love you so much, happy Christmas. I don't even know where I am, you know, like I'm just like, Christy, you sent out like I'm trying to do all this stuff, and then I look back at my phone, I got 20 messages. I'm like,
Well, it's
Jesus
because
God.
like I would send one, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this person, oh my gosh, this person.
Yeah.
And it just kind of kept going, and I was like,
but it's so
I'm
nice.
gonna make sure like it's, you know, if there was a day to do it, like
it's Thanksgiving.
It's just a nice gesture, and you know, even if it's a random Tuesday, just do it.
Yeah, totally. Christy's world of rainbows and sunshine.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad place to be.
No, it's beautiful.
So.
It's beautiful. I truly I love it. I love that you're like that, because we can all learn from that. Honestly, myself included. It's an amazing
I'm so glad
thing.
this is recorded.
I've said it to you before. Don't even try and play with me. But leaning into that even more so from a real estate perspective, or whatever industry that you're in, if you are serving the people, if you would, and clients, it's nice to have the opportunity in this season to connect with everybody, and
don't be tacky like you're looking for business. Like it's a genuine, you know, connection that you want to have, that hopefully you already have established. Just, you know, something that's nothing to do with anything, any ulterior motive, you know, it's just like, I'm grateful for you. I'm happy I was able to help you, or I'm excited to help you, or whatever, you know, and just,
or thank you for supporting me.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't always have to be the take. It could,
exactly.
Just thank you for your support. And that's huge. People are so receptive to that. Like I know I am. I got, you know, we do real estate, but you know, we have a CPA, we have doctors, we have all the other stuff that you need. And so when people reach out and say, hey, like, you know, just how are you doing, or whatever, it's huge. Or wish me a happy holiday, or happy birthday, whatever the season is. But I'm just saying, like, for now, this season, it goes a really long way. So
you should do it.
Yeah, totally. So
what was I gonna say? Oh, just to kind of keep going with like the season and like our downtime, and you know, just having like not only the gratitude, but just to put things into play for the new year, like your mindset, your systems, keep going with wherever you left off. Like, you know, you're coming off of a busy season. Where do you want to go in 2025 after you're organizing all your clients and things like that? Like, see how you want to kind of go forward, and what needs to be in place with what that looks like with your goals that you have coming up in the new year, and how you can still maximize this time without, like, it's downtime. You're supposed to, you know, reconnect, be with your family, your friends, and all that, but like still to do a little bit of where you see yourself going into the new year.
It's the time to grind.
It's
grind
it's still
season.
A grind season, but it's like, what are you doing? Like, I feel like we've been trying to set up.
It's more of a personal grind, and also like you said, putting things in place to take off in the spring, or you know, whatever your seasons of your business look like. So for us, this is technically our slower season in the winter. And I would say business has been steady, so grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
And we still have a low inventory problem, but that's across the country, I feel like. And in this time, work the clients that you have. Obviously, you're going to do that anyways, but work smart. Ask for referrals. See if anybody else needs help. Send out some mailers, or do something that maybe you way busier in the summer or the months prior, do something else to get more business for yourself come the new year. So whether that's more marketing for you or whether that's more coaching for you to put something into play, things like that you should be doing now to set yourself up for the next couple of months coming. Because I mean, tomorrow is December, and then we've got pretty much January, February, March, April. It kind of starts to warm up. I feel like that's pretty much spring.
Yeah, I mean, I had a good first quarter last year, and it was because I was doing
everything in winter,
like open houses, Christmas cards, like kind of just fine tuning my database too, and like putting everything into one place, names, addresses, homes I sold, or like the home that, even if it's not like where they live, but like the other addresses, make sure I have everything like set up to send my Christmas cards out, just like check-in emails type of thing. Pretty much like any way you can get yourself organized to set yourself up to just, full speed ahead come the new year with the new business that you're establishing and things like that. That's been huge for me. Training, coaching programs, books, anything, that you can kind of dive into where, in the first and second quarters, you're just kind of like going to all the things, open houses. Like there's more events, in the springtime and stuff too. So you're just not as like in tune with like yourself and, that sort of thing. Am I rambling today? I feel like I'm very rambling.
No, you're fine.
Okay, sorry.
No, I hear
like in here it makes sense, but when I'm saying it out loud, I don't know that it does. So
no, you're good. It's
okay.
True though, like, because that's the thing is this is the downtime, spring and summertime. I mean, we still have events and things like that, but there's guaranteed 10 times more when the weather warms up. So you want to make sure that you're right up here in your mind and got all of your stuff organized, your systems in play, whatever you got to do to fill yourself up, and then get all them ducks in a row, and then hit the next year full force. When you do go to these events and things like that, your schedule gets a little bit busier.
Yeah, showings, there's so much going on.
There's always a lot, but just make sure that you still continue to check in with yourself and give yourself that hour or two in the morning where you can center yourself and prep yourself for a good day and keep organized. Don't just do everything now and then come the next couple months, shit hits the fan and you're discombobulated again. Don't do that. Like, this is why we have this prep time, is to get ahead. You want to, like, for me, I was fine. I totally was fine, but I fell behind in some areas, and I was like, this is great. The world is sleeping. I'm going to get up even earlier. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to incorporate this and incorporate that. You have the time.
Yeah.
You just have to figure out where you're wasting the time and change that part of your life and fill it with whatever is going to benefit you and yourself, your business, or your family, or whatever you want to dedicate that time to. That's what you should be doing, so that your next year and basically how you're going to practice living your life in this cycle has to be really fluid. Yeah, you have to just keep doing it. Like, it's flow like water, if you would, just keep on that path, and that's all good and dandy. So even though it's a slower season, I used to be a summer girl. Like, I used to love the summer so much. My birthday's in the summer. It was just the jam, and everybody's just alive and this and that. And then as I don't want to say gotten older, but as the years have gone on, I enjoy the winter. I like that it's dark a little bit earlier and everybody just leaves me alone at 5 o'clock. I like that. I like that it's a little chilly outside and the air is a lot more crispy. It just kind of does something for me. When I get up early in the morning and it's just pitch black and I can go to the gym and it's chilly out there, it feels so good. I don't know. And it doesn't feel as noisy. And then I just feel like maybe my mind is very noisy. So I like the winter time because everything around me just gets really quiet. I don't know if you ever noticed, but when it's snowing outside,
I was just going to say that,
and there's a lot of snow piled up, it's quiet out there. It's so quiet. And that's my favorite.
So peaceful.
It's peace. It is peace. And like, that's what I live
I have to live there or else I'll go insane. That's my personality.
It's not a bad.
That's how I've evolved. And as a human being, we're all just trying to do this thing called life, and that's totally fine. But I think there's just so much out there, material and whatnot, and there's just so many people saying different things all the time. And if you're if you're just pounding your brain with like all this crap that's out there, like you could ask me the latest celebrity gossip. I have no clue. I don't know who anybody is. I don't care. They have no influence in my life. Like these are not the people you should be paying attention to.
And that's like across the board. What you're reading, what you're watching, who you're with, like any and all.
Yeah.
Just keep it where you are, you know, like don't fill it with the outside noise. If it's like, as long as it's positive, as long as it's, you know, uplifting, that's the kind of stuff that you want to be mindful about consuming.
Yeah, totally. Like you want to set yourself up. So whether it's your personal, your work, you have goals to help more people this year or increase your volume, use this time that's everybody's sleeping pretty much. And it's not that everyone's really sleeping. Like I just tell myself everybody's sleeping because no one is bothering me. They're doing their own thing.
Yeah.
So you do the same thing. Don't, the day before Thanksgiving is the biggest bar night of the year. Screw that. Who wants to go get hammered and then go eat a bunch of food the next day? Actually, I kind of made that sound good. Everybody does. Well, maybe I'm the loser.
No,
whatever. That's cool. But like me, that doesn't sound good. To me, that sounds like barf. Like going and for those of you that knew me in the past, you have no idea who I am these days. So I'll just say that. But going and getting wasted and all that has zero like interest for me. And especially to think of like having to prep food and then hang out with my family and all that and the next day. It sounds horrible. I would rather be up till 2 a.m. working on my business or reading or anything other than filling my body with poison and being around garbage humans. No offense to people, live your life how you want to live it. Sorry. You know what? I'm not sorry. I don't enjoy that. And I do think that people that are out there getting wasted and all that till 2, 3 in the morning, I used to do it. Okay. I was that person and I'm not anymore.
Sure.
I grew out of it. I don't like to do that. And if you're still doing that, you're not my cup of tea. I'll just leave it at that. That's just not what I want to do. And for me, for me these days, like the way that I work and do my thing and the people that I'm influenced by, my mentors and things like that, like those are the people that I look up to. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to call them, my idols or anything like that. They're my mentors and they're people that I look up to because their success is not just monetary. It's they won in their minds. They're practicing their gratitude. They're holy people. Like they love Jesus. This is what fills my cup. Mm-hmm. So that's what
I found people that have the same, that are like-minded, and same morals, same values. Yeah. And that's who you want to align yourself with.
It's the way that my life has evolved because it's like, that is who I have become too.
Yeah.
And naturally I have just
gravitated
to those people. And some of these people I already had connections with. They've just gotten stronger and deeper on another level because it's not so surface level anymore. Right. It's like all this outside noise and garbage, like it's just so toxic. And if you're so lost in it, you're lost. You're not even there.
Thing about that, it just depends on where you are in your mindset and what you see for yourself. Because I was in that same boat.
Yeah.
And not long ago, I mean, it seems like it now, but like when you think about it, we were talking about like the 10 years prior thing and all that.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, like a blink of an eye and it's 10 years later. But truthfully, you have to be in that state of mind where you're like, I don't know if this is for me anymore. I don't see myself having the same fun, having the same kind of time. Things are different. Like,
yes.
And it's like those little things that you're going to start paying attention to that you're like, okay, well, if this isn't for me anymore, what do I want to do? What do I feel like?
Who am I?
What is that? What does that look like? And once you start identifying those things, the next thing and the next thing, it's just going to keep coming and it grows.
Powerful. It is such
But
a
you have
powerful
to be
thing.
there in your mindset first, because it's like, you
Yeah.
can say it's not fun. That shit was the funnest time for me. So much
No,
fun.
it's fun while you're in
And then,
it.
yeah, but then like
But
you
when you're
outgrow it and then you
changing,
learn and you grow,
sure, yeah.
then you're like, then you get to that point, you know,
Right.
and it just takes, everybody's on their own path.
I didn't say I didn't used to love it.
No, I know.
I
know.
I certainly used to love it.
I get it.
But no, it's the time that's passed, it's just totally changed, and I'm good with that. And if you're still out there having fun and whatnot, enjoy it, I guess, while
Have
you
a
can.
ball, because it runs
comes
its
to an
course.
end.
Yeah, it
like
does.
you shouldn't be, I mean, shouldn't be. These are my opinions, okay? I own my opinions. But for me, I don't want to be, in my prime adulthood years, in my 30s and 40s and 50s, out in the club or doing something like that. That just sounds silly to me. Like, that's like a childish thing in my brain, like, I'm the type of person that would rather focus on my business or have someone over my house and have a glass of wine over a nice movie, or perhaps not even the wine, a cup of tea, whatever, things like that, instead of just dun dun like that. It just doesn't sound fun. Like,
You're just
it
in a
just
different
doesn't.
place.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It comes with time.
Yeah. But no matter where you are, I think something really important here that I'm just going to say is, for myself, I was a partier. I did all that. I did all the things, right? And there came a time where I would see myself on a daily basis that I'm like, this isn't who I am. This isn't who I want to be. This isn't who I see myself as. In my brain, I'm very much not this. I see myself as more of this. Like, I want to be more like her, but I'm not her. And it was like this fight in my head. And I'm just like, how do I get to be her when I know I'm her, but I'm her? Like, it's so confusing. Like, that
100%.
the Spider-Man where it's like pointing at each other. That's how it felt. And I was just like, where do I begin? Like, what changes can I make to be the girl that I see in my head, that I see myself as? And then so I just kind of slowly started to chip away at the person that I used to be. Whether,
think about where you were mentally too. It was a completely
right. I mean, it was, well, yes and no. But for me, the way that I am as a person, if I make a decision, that decision is made and it's done. There's a cap on it and there's no going back. Like, that's just, I'm very strong-willed in that sense. And that's God. That's God. That's not me. That's the strength of God for sure, because there's no way that I could do any of this stuff that I've done without him, period. But yeah, once I made those decisions, these small decisions to, get up at 5 a.m. if that's what I want to do, certain things that I've done in my life that I've been so firm on, that have changed the direction of where I've gone. You have to think of yourself in the now, and then think, okay, well, what's my goal, and where do I want to be, and how do I see myself? And if those things don't match what you're doing right now, you have a problem, and you need to start making minor changes. You're not just going to eat the whole elephant, if you would. You have to take those little bites and change the course, and then let the time pass. It's not just going to change overnight. Don't psych yourself out and give yourself all that pressure. Just take your time and say, okay, I want to make this small change in this area of my life, and start there. That's the best thing. That's the best thing. So I'll leave it at that. I think what I really wanted to press on today was the gratitude, and just give some tips on how to be grateful for your life. And I know it just sounds so vague, and it's freaking annoying sometimes. And I know, because I pounded my brain with this when I didn't think I needed it either, or when I felt like,
even when you don't,
it wasn't going to work. Yeah. Like, but you have to continue to practice it, because that's the only way that it's going to work. Like, if you have to read those affirmations, like, oh, I believe that I'm the best. I believe, one day you're going to wake up and smile and actually believe that you're the best. Like,
oh yeah. I was just going to say, someone who we absolutely love, Lisa LaRue, she is just amazing when it comes to positive mindset and just gratitude and all, the affirmations, all of it. But it's just something that she was just, it resonated different with me when she kind of just gave me a different perspective. Like, even if you're literally looking in the mirror and you don't believe the things you're saying. Like, look yourself in the eye. Like, what does she call it? I think it's like the superhero pose, like hands on your hips and all that. And it's just like, or whatever your power pose is. I think that's what it is. Power pose. To just really like look yourself in the eye, you know, tell yourself all the good things about yourself, even if you don't believe the things you're saying. Like, write them down, repeat them. It just once you don't even realize it, but all of a sudden, like, it just something changes from the inside out, and the things that you're, you know, you just have a different perspective. You look at yourself differently, and it comes with time.
Yeah.
And I swear, the more, like, especially even if I'm nervous, if I'm going to an appointment, like first time clients and stuff like that,
get pumped.
I swear I psych myself out sometimes. Like, I've done this a million times, but you get used to the clients that you have, and then you get comfortable, and, you know, you're just kind of doing your thing. But I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to be like, you know, like, it's still me, but it's like, I want to make a good first impression, you know? And I'm like, oh my God, what does that look like again? Like, and you kind of get in that mindset. And I'm like, you know what's up. Like, they're going to love you, and this is why. And look at your clients, look what you've done for them. And, you know, it just kind of comes with that mindset. But it's just so funny, because I used to literally just say things, and I'm like, hopefully this works. Like, I don't know, maybe there's a trick to this. Because I was just in such a different place, and it's hard. It's hard to even believe it when you're there, and you want to get to this light, but you're still like in this fog, almost, you know, like, like, I don't know, I'll try it, I guess. Like, who cares, whatever. But then you actually do it, and you take the time to keep practicing it, and you just wake up one day, and you're like a new person.
I like this.
It's true.
Yeah, and all of these things, like, I know we kind of bounce off of a lot of different things here, but I hope you can see that it's all kind of under the same umbrella of, you have to feed these areas of your life in order to get all of the benefits out of it, in order to bear the fruit. You have to do all of these things. This is a constant practice of your mindset. You have to put good out there. You have to put good things into your client base. Your systems have to be organized. How are you going to organize all of this stuff if your mind's not organized? Like, you have to understand that all of these things that we're talking about go hand in hand.
All connected.
It is one big spider web of stuff that has to be a very pretty spider web in order for it to work. Like, everything has to be in relation with the other, so that you can find the success. Yeah. It's just, you have to have the balance.
You get what you give.
Yeah.
And you need to just keep reminding yourself of that.
Great song, by the way. I love that song.
I know you.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh man, what a jam! I was listening to Christmas carols. Phil Wickham's Christmas album. It's so good. I love that man. That is the best concert I have ever been to in my life. Is Phil Wickham and Brandon Lake's Summer Worship Nights tour. Oh my gosh, you guys, it was magical. Totally, totally magical. If you like worship music, or if you think you don't like it and you want to try it, listen to them. Just listen to them. They are so good. There's also going to be am I going to get paid for any of this one day?
Hopefully the internet does its thing, and maybe the right people will find it.
Okay, well, if Brandon, if you guys are listening to this, I really want to go on the cruise next year. It's the Summer Worship Nights tour cruise. They're going to the Bahamas, and even whether I get a personal invite or not, I'm gonna go. If we want to get like a big group together, just like reach out to me, and maybe we can make that happen. I'm totally going. But no, that was like hands down the best show I've ever been to. It's amazing. I can't say enough good things about it. But we are coming up on 40 minutes here with y'all, and we talk about a lot of things, sis. Like, and I feel like a lot of these episodes are very similar, but different things are said, and it might hit somebody differently one way or another. Either way, it's a good reminder. So I don't mind it. Let's do a little popsicle stick fun.
Okay.
I think that'll be a fun way to. It's been a fun way to razzle this up.
Razzle dazzle.
So for those of you that don't know, I don't think I introduced ourselves again on this episode. Hopefully one day I don't have to introduce us again, because you guys are just going to think we're the coolest thing. But my name is Raquel, and
I'm Christy.
Christy's my older sister. And we're both real estate agents, and we've got a lot of years under our belts, over 10 combined. And we do a lot of coaching. We're on the receiving end. And we've definitely, done our share of helping other agents as well. But we are so poured into at our company, eXp Realty, and we are so grateful that we've come across a lot of these people that we have been so blessed to meet along the way. So this podcast that we do is a lot of things that we are just on the receiving end of learning, and we just want to put it out there in hopes to impact somebody else. And if we hit one person and you think that you can relate, or if you want advice, or if you want to reach out to us, feel free to message us, comment, subscribe, follow us on Instagram. We are on Instagram as Property Sisters of Michigan. On YouTube, we are the Property Sisters Network. And if you want to email us, you can reach us at propertysistersnetwork@gmail.com. And towards the end of every episode, we pull a popsicle stick that we made before we started this podcast. And it's just a fun way to do some random discussion because we could just go on about stuff.
Some are personal, some are business, but
you never know what you're going to get. So this question is, what is a movie or TV show you can watch over and over without getting bored? And if you know me, you know exactly what I'm going to say already. Actually, I have two. No, it's just going to be one for now. But that movie is Holes. And if you haven't seen Holes, it's on Disney Plus, and you need to go watch it because it is probably my favorite movie of all time, I would say. I never get sick of that movie. I can recite it line by line. I love every character in it because they're so different. Old school Shia LaBeouf is just where it's at. Even new school Shia LaBeouf, he's the man. Shout out to Shia LaBeouf. But that movie is so damn good. It is so good.
It's a feel good movie for sure.
It's funny because so we joke, and I'm like when my nieces were born, I'm like, I can't wait till they're old enough to watch Holes. We're just gonna have slumber parties and eat snacks and watch Holes all night. And so the other day, Alexa, our sister, she's like, I don't think I can let them watch Holes. And I was like, oh, how can you not let them watch Holes? What do you mean? And she's like, well, Kissing Kate Barlow, she's out there kissing and killing dudes, and they're digging for treasure. The Camp Green Lake's a slum, and they're child slavery. I'm like, damn, it is a little bit dark. I'm like, we were watching that when we were
because we didn't pick up on that stuff.
Right.
We were involved in their story, not,
right?
Not the stuff that's in their background for the adults.
Right.
Damn.
Right.
Kind of messed up. What's happening over here?
But there is good. There's definitely good lessons in that movie, but it is also just super entertaining. It's hilarious, and I just love it. So, and I pretty much quote it every single day. Ask Christy.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Anytime.
One in the house.
Yeah, Mr. Sir is probably one of my favorites. What does he say? Something wrong with my face. It's one of my favorite lines. Oh man,
that's good.
It's so good. My name is Mr. Sir. What about you?
Oh, shout out.
Honestly,
I was thinking, I feel like I haven't seen, I don't really watch that many, on repeat, but I guess the one that I always have the most would probably be Dirty Dancing.
100%.
Always been my favorite.
Yeah.
I'd say a close second. I don't know. Is Remember the Titans, actually.
Oh, good
I
one.
love that movie.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't know what it is, but both of those would probably be my top two.
Yeah, we should watch that.
Favorite.
We should watch that as a team.
I'm always down, so.
I want to share a funny story about the Dirty Dancing one. So one day we were sitting at home, and I don't know what we were doing. We didn't have a life at the time, apparently, because Dirty Dancing came on, and I'm sitting there.
It was like a marathon, I think.
You guys, it was on, and then it was over, and then it was on again, and then it would be over, and then it came on again. So long story short, yeah. So long story short, Christy I guess she didn't hold a gun to my head and make me sit there with her, but I sat there with her and watched this movie like
Probably
3 or 4
times,
times. Yeah. And so I do know that movie pretty well myself now. It's a
It's
very
so
good movie.
good.
It's a very, very good
So
movie.
good.
No,
I
it's
love
it's
it.
it's great, but it's kind of, to me, it's like a little cheesy sometimes. I'm like,
It's okay to be cheesy
yeah,
sometimes.
it is. More cheese.
Love cheese.
Oh no, some cheese. Some cheese.
Cheese.
That's my niece.
Cheese
She
and
loves
corn.
cheese. Some cheese. Some. That's what she
Likes
likes.
it.
Yeah.
We do one more?
Yeah, one more.
Okay.
I was gonna let you pick first.
Okay.
Digging digging. Digging
Okay. Learning to say no, the power of setting boundaries, when to say no, and how it impacts you personally, your personal growth and happiness. Interesting. I've actually been working on this a lot
Oh,
because,
have you?
well, I feel like I've gotten better. So say what you want. Okay, it's a work in progress. You're never gonna be like, oh, the switch turned off and now I do this. And if you do, that's great. I don't operate that way. My life is different day to day. I'm like, the scheduling is like my beast. Like I can't get it together. Like I've gotten so much better, but like just to be like, you know,
On point.
like every single day, like my days just don't go like that. And I've learned to like how to, you know, just kind of buckle up and do most of the things that I need to do. And then, you know, the rest we're fine. We'll get to it. It's not going to make or break me because my mind's just not there. Like it never has been. Like it's all good either way. But the boundary thing, and, you know, I want to go to everything. I want to go hang out with everybody. I want to go to all the events. I want to go on all the trips. I want to do all the things all the time.
Yeah.
And it is just so hard when you're trying to figure out like say I'm in the middle of something, or, you know, I'll literally want to get up and leave and go because, you know, either hang out with someone or do something or whatever the thing is. But then I'm like, no, you're dialed in right now. Like you need to put your phone down, like just all these little things that are distractions. And then you're just like, no, I need to do what I'm doing now. I need to stay focused. And then like, once you're done doing your task, okay, go reward yourself, go out to dinner, go see a friend or family, whatever it is, you know. But it's hard to do sometimes just because, I mean, I guess depending on where you're at, like I hate saying no. I want to do everything.
I know, because guess what? I have to go too.
Yeah.
So I think what she's trying to tell you guys is that she doesn't say no, and she tries to make me not say no.
I try to do everything. Like
no,
I
it's
really
in good taste though. It's in good taste. Like she wants to be there, not only to learn or get something out of it, but also just to support whoever it is that's, you know, event that it is that we're going to, or whatever that is,
even
or
if it's
dinner,
friends you want to
or
see,
birthday.
like the most, I feel like the best gift that you can give someone is your time.
100%.
And it just comes down to that, and how much you love and care for that person, and you want to support them and be there for them and just say hi or grab a coffee or, you know, whatever it is. I just think it's really important because I didn't like I wasn't doing well with all my connections, my friends, my family for like majority of the year. And I just remember like by the time I came to, when I was like, man, I'm exhausted and I don't even know what I've been doing besides working. And it's like, work does fill my cup, but there's more, you know? And I was like, I'm just lacking in all these other areas. And then I was like, you know what? I think I'm just going to be like, kind of coast for a little bit. And I was with my sister, our other sister, my nieces, my friends, like even just reaching out, phone calls, like catching up, family stuff, like all the things. I was just like, I need, this is what's going to fuel me. And these connections are so important. And just the people that are in your life, keep those connections, even if it's not all the time. Yeah. And it's just nice to stay in touch. And
I agree with that. I think saying no is healthy.
Yeah.
Just to bring it back to the question.
Yeah.
Saying no is healthy, and having boundaries is healthy.
Yeah.
But don't let it make you lose sight of keeping connections and and keeping your relationships healthy, because if you just keep saying no to everything, you're probably going to find yourself alone in some aspect of your life.
Work-life balance just comes with doing
a lot of trying to balance.
Yeah, a lot of trial and error, because you'll think you got it, and sometimes it's great, and thank God for those days. But then sometimes like shit gets crazy, your work gets crazy, or there's a lot going on at home, and then you're constantly on this like teeter-totter.
Yeah.
But being conscious of it is probably the most important thing that you could do.
Yeah.
And just to get yourself back to being a little more stable. And if that means saying no to something, then fine. But also,
I'm going to say an observation that I just made. I think we are the balance with each other, because you are a yes person and I'm a no person.
That's a fact.
That is insane. I just realized, because Christy's like, we gotta go to this, we gotta go to this, we gotta go to that. And I'm like, Christy, can we not? Like, I'm tired. I don't want to do that. Just this one thing, like out of the 10 things that you want to do, can we just not do one of them? Like, but every time that I have gone to something with her, it's always a great time. It's not that it's not a great time, but sometimes I just need to like refuel.
She likes her alone time. She needs her alone time.
Yes.
And I like to be out.
And, but aside from that, I mean, but having, there's saying no to things and events and things like that. You don't want to do it in a disrespectful way. Like, if it's somebody's birthday or something, you should probably go to your friend's birthday. But there are things that you do have to say no to, and that's okay. Yeah. And there are things that you should set boundaries around according to how you live your life. And I'm not saying it's your way or the highway, because you want to communicate and you want to have, your relationships are a two-way street and you give and you take and whatever. But a healthy boundary is good to have. Oh, yeah. And I think a lot of people, like mental health and all that stuff is something that's very frequently like talked about these days. And I feel like it wasn't once upon a time. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people just aren't familiar with what a boundary is. And when somebody says no to them, they don't know how to react to it, because it's like, well, oh my gosh, well, you, and it's me. And it's like, there's just like, you see red almost. And it's like, you really got to just chill out, like, and let people live their lives. And if somebody says no, or puts a boundary down, and
understand that life happens and it's happening with everybody. It's everyone's first time here.
Right.
And, there's plenty of events that I wasn't able to make it to, because I was somewhere else, and I felt horrible. But if you're not in that state of mind, and going is gonna hurt you more than it's gonna help you, and whoever you're gonna go see, then maybe sit some things out. But you can't be mad at someone, because you don't know what it's like and what they're going through in their life. Mm-hmm. to go back to it being a selfish reason, honestly.
Sure,
that it's not, sometimes it's not about you. Sometimes you just have to have a little compassion. And, just understand that everybody's, got their own shit going on, and it is what it is. Sometimes things just don't work out.
That's it. Don't take it personal.
Don't take anything personal.
If someone says no or whatever, it's like, it's all good then.
Yeah. If I really wanted to get mad, the friendships that I have, some of these people I see once a year, maybe.
Those are my closest friendships.
And a lot of the times it is, because you still talk to them, you just don't know. But if you were to sit there and get mad, we never hang out. We all have lives. Things are different. There's a lot of shit going on. There's, it's just, you can't be mad if somebody, is going to say no.
You can't put that on people.
Don't do that.
I have, my good friends, we make plans months in advance to even if it's just a quick cup of coffee, we are months in advance at this point, because we know our lives are crazy. Mm-hmm. And even if as a real estate agent, our lives are insane with the events, and then we're working the off hours that our clients don't work, so our work schedules are they get crazy sometimes. But I have friends that have 9 to 5s that they have big families, or they have kids, or they have nieces and nephews, and we are just trying to coordinate. So we do plan months ahead, but it it keeps us connected, and it's nice.
It's something to look forward to. I feel like months ago, me and some of my friends were just trying to, see what was going on. I'm like, you guys, like, how far into 2025 is this looking for us?
Yeah.
Like, where are we at right now? Like, I just need a window.
Yeah.
Give me a little something. Like, we'll make it work. Just where are we at?
Yeah. Yeah.
And hopefully it works out. But,
Yeah.
don't get upset otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like we should probably end on that.
Yeah, I think that'll be cool. So you guys, it's always nice chilling with my sis. No, I'm just kidding.
We don't do it enough, honestly.
Yeah, we're just adding to the time spent together, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I do love you so much.
I love you too.
I'm just kidding. But we will be back next week. It's been nice chatting about gratitude and how to take some tips and tricks and get organized and
Just live your life.
Live your
Have some
life.
fun. Enjoy the holiday season.
Yeah, hopefully you guys had a nice Thanksgiving and had some good food and enjoyed your family and friends or whoever you spent it with. If you spent it alone, hopefully you watched a good TV show or something like that. Next time, call us. Maybe you can swing by our house or something. But let us know what you guys think too. If you want to reach out to us, propertysisters@gmail.com. Comment, like, subscribe. Be nice to somebody today and every day. Go do
Pay
something.
for somebody in line.
Yeah. Smile. Put a smile on. Be a little cheerful to the season. Listen to your favorite Christmas carol.
Ooh, definitely.
Go Christmas caroling. I don't know if that's a thing right now or next month maybe.
Been, but if it is, that sounds like fun.
Maybe you should start a Christmas caroling group. Okay.
Low key, call me. I'd be down.
All right, guys. Well, much love. Thanks so much for being here with us.
Thank you, guys. See you next week.
Next week.